Welcome to Hamilton County Sports, and I'm here at Westfield High School getting ready to talk to Athletic Director Andy Tebbe. Welcome, Andy.
Hi, thanks for having us on, Perry.
No problem. Well, fall sports are in full swing right now. Let's talk about some of the successes and some of the things going on in fall sports at Westfield.
Sure. Well, you just said full swing, so it's real easy to talk about girls golf right now. Our girls golf team is ranked #1 in the state, and Coach New and his staff are doing a great job of getting these ladies ready and competing. We have the Hoosier Crossroads Golf Championship coming up here in less than a week, and obviously then the state tournament is right around the corner for girls golf. It's kind of the quickest one that comes here. We'll be doing that here in mid-September, so they're off to a great start. We have around 500 fall athletes, and they're all just working their tails off right now. Our soccer programs are having some success right now. Coach Scanlon of our boys program and Coach Eggert of our girls program. They're just finishing up 2 weeks of their season, so we've had them at home a couple times. So I've gotten to catch them in action here, and just a lot of fun to watch. And the other thing I can say about those two, and including all of our coaches, is I just love how they coach our kids. Just with they coach them with respect, but they coach them with some they demand things out of them, but they do it with such a respect. Our volleyball team and our tennis team this year, Coach Burks leads our volleyball team, and man, they're real close to turning the corner. I mean, they've got some wins, but they've lost a couple of games, 3-2, some nail biters in those fifth sets, and but they're young this year. It's a young volleyball team, and I'm sure they're growing with each one of those. Whether it's a win or a loss, you can grow, and she's doing a great job with them. Coach Peters had an excellent year last year. We had some great seniors graduate, so we had some big shoes to fill this year in tennis. But I had a chance to actually catch them in action last night against Brownsburg. We did not beat Brownsburg, but the level of tennis, compared to where we were, several years ago, is just so much better. Just our depth is really good in tennis right now. Our cross-country programs, we have a new coach on our girls' side leading us, and she's not a stranger to us, though. Coach Whitney Bevins was a standout athlete here at Westfield. I'm dating myself, but I think it was the early 2000s. I don't know. But it's awesome to have Whitney here coaching our girls program now, and they've had some success. They finished second in an invite. They got first in an invite. And then we also have a new coach leading our boys program, and that's Josh Wachtel, which might sound familiar because he's another former Shamrock. And he's taken over for his dad, who was our cross-country coach for years, and Roger Wachtel. And Roger's still involved. Roger kind of helps with both programs, the boys and the girls. So, our cross-country teams are, they're doing well. It's one that's not on the scoreboard, but one I'm really happy with right now and excited for is our cheer program. Kaylee Jenkins, another WHS alum, is our cheer coach, and they worked as hard as any team this summer. They were here all summer doing things and getting things done. And we had our first home football game this past week, and had a great student body there, and our cheer group did a great job of leading them. So our fall sports are they're off and running. Got a lot of great things going out there, and obviously our football team is on one now, but had a tough loss to Cathedral, but we're looking to bounce back here soon.
Andy, one thing I want to comment also. Coach Gilbert last week walked me down to that amazing weight room that you're putting in here at Westfield. Talk a little bit about that and the impact it's going to have on everyone in the school.
Sure. So the last couple of years, our pool was not. We needed a better pool facility, an natatorium, and we partnered with the Y, and we got that natatorium up and running. This past winter. So the old pool, we spent the last 6 months. It's been filled in, and it's going to be our new weight room. And it's going to be awesome for these kids. I mean, For the most part, it's done. As far as the construction goes, we're still waiting on some equipment to come in before we can take full access. We hope to be in there just after Labor Day, starting. But you know, it's no matter what, everyone takes pride in nice things, and we got some unbelievable facilities here. You know, obviously, at the top of that is Riverview Health Stadium. You know, it's probably a top 5 stadium in the state of Indiana. You know, now there's probably some more nostalgic. You know, I don't want to take away from all those awesome stadiums that are out there that have all that history and nostalgia. But as far as amenities and the facility, RH Stadium is definitely a top-notch facility for us, and I think this weight room is going to be right there. I think it's going to be a top 10 weight room in the state. You know, and not that we're going for that. You know, it's not about making top 10 lists. You know. With all due respect to our mayor, who, you know, we want to be probably a top city and all these different things in Indiana, we're not here to have a top 10 facility. We're here to have a great facility, and our weight room is going to be a great facility. And we have over 900 student athletes. We have probably another couple hundred kids who are playing club sports. You know, so they're not really our official school sports, but they're club sports, and they work just as hard. Our lacrosse, our rugby, we have boys volleyball now. You know, just all those other sports, they're in there too. And you know, the weight room we had was built 15 years ago. When I don't know, 15 years ago, we probably had 1,200 kids, 1,300 kids maybe. I don't know. You know, now we have 2,700 kids.
Yeah, you're double.
Yeah, so we've doubled in size in the last 15 years. So we definitely needed that space, as much for safety as anything. But also now, you know, there's having more space and taking pride in a new facility. You know, hopefully the kids have a little more juice when they're in there and work a little bit harder. It's definitely something to be excited about.
Yeah. One comment that you made that I wanted you to expand on a little bit more is the situation you mentioned all your coaches and how some of them were ex-alums here,
Mm-hmm.
alums of Westfield, which is great. It's always good when you're a city or your town and your students go away and decide that
Mm-hmm.
they want to come back to your hometown, and that's important. But also the importance of I don't know all the coaches that you've mentioned, but from the coaches that I do know here, you know, the one thing about a high school coach, first of all, they're a teacher first, okay, and the growth that the kids, not only in the sport itself, but that how they can excel in life, because they're taught life lessons. And I think many of your coaches that I know do a great job of not just like Jake Gilbert, not just coaching football. There's much more that comes out of that locker room than football. So talk a little bit
Sure.
about how.
You know, several years ago, our school had this mantra to get kids college ready. And when I say that, that was, you know, 10, 12 years ago. And I think that was, you know, I think that was good. Where we were at, we need to get kids more prepared for college. Well, here in the last handful of years, we've kind of changed that and to make kids life ready. And maybe maybe after high school you go to college, but you know, there's also the military, there's the workforce, there's, you know, different trade schools, all those different things. And so at the heart of Westfield High School is we want to get these kids life ready. So that's true for all of our teachers, that's true for all of our programs, all of our administration. But yes, for sure, for athletics, you know, getting kids life ready is something that is very important to us. And you know, I'm a parent of 5 kids, and I know that as a parent, you want your kids to be life ready, but there's times where I know I'm probably too soft on my own kids. Thank God there were coaches here at Westfield High School who maybe weren't so, you know, I hate to say they weren't soft, but they demanded, they had expectations for those kids. And it was great to, you know, kind of take, as a parent, to take my hands off the wheel and let these coaches and let these teachers get my 5 kids life ready. And I can tell you right now, these teachers, these coaches are getting our 900 student athletes life ready. And I believe that for all 2,700 kids here, they're getting life ready. So, Westfield High School is there. Yeah, we're going to teach them how to do algebra and, teach them how to speak Spanish and all those things. But more than anything, Westfield High School is a great tool that these kids have and the families of Westfield have to get their kids' life ready. And, and it kind of fills those gaps that maybe as a parent you overlook. Because I know I do with my own 5 kids, so I'm glad to have teachers here and coaches here who care about kids, and that carries forward for all of our kids here at Westfield.
Absolutely. Well, Andy, I appreciate you coming on here today and talk about athletics in the school here at Westfield. If you don't mind, I'd like to do this the same in the winter sports and the spring sports. Once we get started here a little bit, talk about that, some of the things that are going on, because these are amazing kids. I mean, they have to make life sacrifices. They have to organize their life to juggle school and with the pandemic and all the things they have to go through, plus their sports of choice. So I think it's important that we talk about that and give credit to people who deserve it.
Oh, absolutely. Our winter and our spring coaches are outstanding as well. Our roster of coaches, I will brag to any AD around, and just really proud of the programs we have here. So yeah, anytime we can talk about Westfield athletics, we'll be glad to do it.
Well, thanks a lot, Andy, and I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule and doing this for Hamilton County Sports.
Well, we thank you. We thank HCTV for everything you do for high school sports.
Appreciate it. Thank you.